Maintenance day in the process of cleaning this tank and that, excuse me, that tank out. Just because I have to do at least 2 maintenance days for these 2 tanks because there's one has a slight algae bloom because it's getting green on the rocks down here. I'm still waiting for the soil to come in so I can slowly start adding it. And then that one still is green. It's getting lighter and lighter every day, but it's still not light enough where I feel comfortable to just let it be, So just cleaned that one out, scraped the things, scraping the glass here, and hopefully within the next 20 minutes or so, I should be done. I'm gonna say 2 things are gonna go, you're using the hose, oh my God, blah, blah. But when you have this many tanks and you have to do deep cleans like this and do at least quarter changes waters twice a week on 80 gallons worth of water, the easiest way to refill will always be a hose. On top of that, you should always fish out your fish, put them in a bucket with the current water you have, put a little 1 gallon heater in there just to maintain some form of warmth, because it does take about 30 minutes a tank. So just cleaning these 2 is taking me an hour. I gotta clean those 2 a little bit, which is gonna take me another hour. So that's 2 hours right there, man. Thing also, once obviously quarter change goes, I put maybe a milliliter of the chemical that controls the water, that whatever, forget the names at the top of my head. There's so many chemicals out there to control the pH, nitrate, all that stuff. You put at least one of those, wait about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and then put in the fish again slowly, acclimate them again to the temperature of the water, because the water temperature has gone down just a tad bit due to the fact that you just added a bunch of new water. That's the best way of doing it. Everyone has their process. There is always not a perfect yes or no answer to everything. Especially when it comes to fish taking, there's many ways of doing things that works for some people. There's many ways of doing things that work for other people. And we just do the best you can as long as you take care of your fish, because at the end of the day, they are living creatures, and they're comfortable and they're living, flourishing. What's wrong with that? It's gonna sound crazy to a lot of people, but I gotta clean the filter out, because I know there's a lot of people that say, oh, you don't gotta clean it out, this and that, and you really don't, especially if everything's balanced out correctly and everything's healthy in it. There's no point of having to constantly clean your filter and everything that you have in it. Now, in my case, sadly, because of the algae bloom, look at that. I do want to rinse it out just a tad bit, because there is healthy bacteria in there that flourishes, obviously, the fish. And in this case, I don't have plants in here, so that's probably why I'm constantly getting small algae blooms. Again, the dirt will come in soon, so I can layer it. I don't want to buy it in stores because they're heavily uppriced. Online, you can find pounds and pounds of it for sometimes even a quarter of the price. So once that comes in next week, it should be able to control it better once I get plants in here. Sadly, in that case, it does happen. Now, one thing I haven't cleaned out is the filter in this one, and I haven't seen how bad it is. But in this case, it's not green, and that's what I'm aiming for. As long as there's not really algae on the filter itself, there shouldn't be that much more of a bloom, because it's slowly, like I said, has been going from solid green to light green to now it looks almost like a filter of green is in there, nothing crazy. But this bad boy is going to explode in algae very soon if I don't fix that. That was all in my filter. That is absurd. So that's why when you have an algae bloom, you should clean it like this, because then you, after cleaning, spending 30 minutes to 45 minutes cleaning your tank, you have all this in the filter. Everything you did just goes down the drain. So don't let people tell you that you shouldn't clean it. It's not that you shouldn't clean it, it's that you shouldn't get rid of a lot of the healthy bacteria that you have available in your tank, because then that can set a whole nother level of problems. And to avoid all that, my filter is struggling with the low level water. To help with that, you should always get yourself one of these to test so many different things that you keep track of and things like that. For example, nitrate seems like it's really high right now. Oh Lord. Okay, so That's how you keep track of your tanks. It's work. People think all the time, oh, you know, I'm gonna get a fish tank, this and that, I'm just gonna get a little beta tank. You'd be surprised how much work any of this is. And I am dying of heat, obviously. I have the garage open for my little room over here. But you have to do what you gotta do, because at the end of the day, these are living creatures and you want the best life for them. In my case, I'm breeding them. But even then, I still want the best life for them as possible, for them to be comfortable, happy, and just, you know, overall flourish in the environment they are. It's been a much longer video. Done with those two, done with that one, topping off this one. Didn't really get a lot of green out of it. It was more dirt than anything else. Pretty good, pretty good. Didn't do a quarter change on this one just because I'm slowing down the quarter changes just to obviously give the fish a break. And since the algae levels are going down, I'm like, hey, why not, you know? But yeah, thank you guys. Stay tuned because next will be setting up that bad boy. Well, whatever, that guy. I can't really word it that way. Okay, that one. Still got to clean it. Once all the dirt comes in, obviously, I'm going to show you guys what type of aesthetic I'm going for. Definitely going to be heavily planted because I do got to get the breeding pair from that one to put in there to hopefully produce me babies and have 2 tanks empty for their babies. Yeah, stay tuned.